So the first time I set foot in a brokerage house at age 22, I had already lost the entirety of my modest inheritance from my late beloved Grandma Ruth. I just didn't know it yet. The little office with big fax machines and a few glossy pamphlets hosted my parents and me, and the broker spoke about Nortel networks and how well they were doing. Wouldn't you like to benefit from the best performers in the market in a diversified way? How about this Janus 20 fund? It's doing really well. Sure, sounds good. You guys are the experts, right? Flash forward to my first real job as a wet behind the ears recent liberal arts grad. Yeah, this kid. I was in charge of reporting on big institutional portfolios filled with all kinds of funds. The small cap growth fund is down 50% year to date in 2000. That can't be good. Imagine my surprise when the client yelled at the manager in our hotboxed conference room, not for losing most of their capital, but for the cardinal sin of putting a value stock in their growth mandate. I had a lot to learn about this world of institutional consulting, that was for sure. But one salesperson I knew appeared to really have it together though. He was talking about convertible arbitrage and how it made equity-like returns with half the volatility and was decorrelated from everything else. The clients didn't have it yet, but they certainly signed up once we showed them the benefits of including hedge funds in their portfolios after the nightmare of the tech wreck. So I went to the big city of New York, got fully on board the hedge fund train. I met everyone I could, learned about every strategy, then did the same in Europe and London. And then I got fired. "10 years after I lost my inheritance, I was summarily dismissed. What was my sin? This time, in the great financial crisis, I lost less money than most, so I was the source of capital as institutions rebalanced. My boss, who had built and sold multiple successful businesses on Wall Street by that point, said I should consider doing something else. It was over. But I didn't want to do something else. This was the best job I can imagine for someone curious about markets like myself. And I was determined not to let the dream die. I was going to navigate rough investment waters next time. I had the tools. I knew what to do. Maybe my problem wasn't the markets or my investment strategy. Maybe it was my clients. So I decided to dedicate my efforts to finding and nurturing diversifying hedge fund strategies that regular people like me could access, like a mutual fund. Maybe I could help the next kid from learning less the way I did, the hard way. And that's when daily and weekly dealt UCITS funds started to gain traction in Europe. They could charge performance fees to align incentives, and hedge funds could diversify their investor base away from those clubby, flighty institutions. We seeded them in order to garner significant discounts, and we built robust portfolios. I'm pleased to say this year we're making money and clients are happy. There's a link to another video in the description below, which goes into more detail. But in summary, it took me 23 years to get into a position to better serve that innocent kid who would otherwise be led to the markets like a lamb to the slaughter by the industry's warped incentive structures and herd-like behavior. I started Money Managers 2 years ago to try to impart what I've learned as widely as possible. Hopefully, I've kept your attention and helped you think about investment risk and how to take it. And now I'm going direct. You can now reach out to me directly at the links in the description box. Don't be shy, ask questions, and be forearmed. Who knows? Maybe you will break the cycle of losses before lessons. Thanks.